Hi Aries, it's Amber here at Symbols for Living. Hope that you're very well. Welcome to your love reading that will give you an insight into your relationship for the end of December and the beginning of January. So it's the end of year and beginning of year spread. I did promise in my last videos, I think also on my community tab, that I would do the mid-monthlies. Unfortunately, there wasn't time. It was Christmas. I'm always overly ambitious. Yeah, so instead of what I thought I'd do is give you an end of year and beginning of year reading to just give you an insight into the period that transitions the old from the new to the new. Yeah, and I've also got a bonus part of the reading as well, where I actually look into the compatibility of you two as a couple as well, which I do include in my private readings. And I hope to also continue to do that into the new year as well. I think it's another way to look at relationships that kind of is interesting and insightful. So I'm going to stop blabbering on, because I know that I don't like when people do that either, but now I know why they do, because sometimes you got to say what you got to say. But yeah, happy new year as well for all of you watching this after New Year, and I also wish you, or all hope that you have a fantastic year and had a fantastic Christmas. I also might, as well as I'm talking, say thank you for subscribing to me for the whole year, if you have, or the amount of time that you've been following me. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate it, and it lets me know that I'm doing something right for somebody out there, and it all makes sense. It's my son. Okay, thanks. Sorry. Okay. All right. So sorry. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get started with your reading. Okay. So essentially, Aries, I've got some cards here that describe how your partner feels about you. And we've got the Judgment card, clarified by the Three of Wands. Yeah. I'm doing a video. Don't know if you could tell. Okay. So so yeah, with the Judgment card here, and the Three of Wands reversed, it would say obviously something's come out in the open. There's been something that's been revealed. The good thing is that there's no more waiting or lingering now. It's like the answer, or whatever was hidden or needed to be said or clarified, is now here. So I mean, I don't see any. I do see you here with the Three of Swords in reverse to clarify your current position and how you currently feel about your partner. So I mean, even though it is in reverse, it still is the Three of Swords. It's still quite a sad or disappointing energy, but it's almost like, I guess, with it being inverted, you may have seen it coming. So it's sad, but you kind of suspected that whatever came out was going to come out. The news that you got was what you expected. So even though it's disappointing, it's like at least now you know. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. With the Judgment card here as well, your partner may have to kind of make, or feel like they need to make, a very important decision kind of about how to move forward now they know the truth. And when I say important decision, I mean they now have to decide whether or not this, now they know the truth, is it still something that they want to fully commit to. Before, it was a case of maybe ignorance was bliss. Now it's a case of everything is out in the open, and that's also the love that you have for each other as well is also out in the open. Everything is very clear. There's no sort of dark corners anymore. But with the good stuff that you're seeing, or that your partner is seeing, they're also seeing all the bad stuff too. And they now need to decide whether or not they can take the good with the bad, if they can live with the bad stuff as good as the good stuff is. And the good stuff is really good here with the Judgment card. It is a major arcana, so it's not easy. So the good stuff must be really good for your partner. But they may be kind of having to come to terms with that truth But the good thing is that they now know where they stand. They now know maybe how you feel or where they stand. With the Three of Wands in reverse, it would suggest that this person probably isn't going anywhere, isn't looking elsewhere, is maybe quite actually committed to kind of sticking this out and taking the rough with this move and taking the good and the bad that they have seen or now know. And they may very well decide to stick it out. And I think they also may see that it's kind of like the better the devil that you know, as well, rather than looking elsewhere and looking to see what else there could be. It's like, well, actually, at least I know what I know, that this person may just feel like the grass isn't greener. And that might be why you're here with the Three of Swords. It's like you're also maybe sad about something that you had to express. You maybe didn't want to say something, or you didn't want to hear something. But it's a kind of a case of like, you guys are kind of just dealing with it. So you're being quite grown up about it looks like. So in the near past, we had the 9 of Coins in reverse for how your partner felt about you or saw you. This is clarified by the Knight of Swords in reverse. So your partner may have been, may have seen you. They may be a Virgo themselves, or an earth sign possibly. You do have the 5 of Coins here at the base of the deck. This person could be an earth sign that you're dealing with strong air elements in their chart. Or definitely there's a lot of communication between you guys. There may be a real kind of meeting of minds, or this person really gets you thinking. For you, you may very well feel like you're in a position where you're dealing with an air sign, or someone who's very intelligent, good with their words, gives you a lot to think about, and kind of gives you good conversation. But communication is definitely strong for you during this period. And Spirit may be asking you to really, give some thought to any decisions made, and really give thought to your situation, and maybe add a bit of logic in there. Maybe when you have to, maybe you are also making a decision about the relationship and whether or not you're happy with staying with how things are or moving on. Now you know the truth. Now you know how it really is. But the good thing is that you're not sulking over it. So that could be where the logic is coming in. Maybe you are being more logical and less emotional about the situation. So it seems. But with the 9 of Coins in reverse, your partner could see you as someone who's not single. Maybe someone who doesn't want to be single. And they may have seen you as maybe, someone who does kind of rush in where fools dare to tread kind of thing. They may see you as someone who's willing to take risks in order maybe to kind of not be single anymore, who acts maybe too quickly and doesn't think about their own well-being. They may not see you as someone who's very grounded, or maybe someone who's not particularly like independent, which doesn't make any sense really, because same really doesn't make sense, but it may not make sense really because Aries are really independent. Your opposite sign is Libra, so there is always going to be a side of you that maybe does kind of really want to be in a relationship. But they saw you as someone who maybe took too many risks, was too much of a risk taker, acted without thinking a lot of the time, without thinking about maybe your own well-being. And this is also how they feel. They may have felt like they rushed into the relationship without really thinking about or rushed some sort of decision maybe that you guys have agreed on. Something was rushed and it caused an instability. Maybe there was harsh words said as well in the near past. I mean, with the Judgment card here, it would suggest that something has come out. So it could be that they have, with the Knight of Swords here in reverse, like just blurted something out that was quite reckless, or maybe they thought you were doing this. But they do feel like something was rushed, that something was just said, maybe without thinking about the about money, security, just not a very grounded decision. And then we've got you here with the Four of Swords in reverse in the past. So you, I mean, with the Four of Swords in reverse, it could be that you were the person that, you know, was just talking away, and it's almost like you're kind of in, it's like a burnout kind of energy with the Four of Swords in reverse. Like you're just maybe talking too much, you're just saying too much, or really what's happened is you kind of finally opened up with the Four of Swords in reverse and said what it is that you wanted to say. Now, this could be this person. I mean, you could have been saying, you know, I'm the Nine of Coins in reversed. I don't want to be on my own anymore. Yeah, I've got everything lined up and everything's cool, but I really don't want to be on my own anymore. I want to be in a relationship with you. And you might have come out with that after a period of not really there being much communication between you two. Now, if this person has said, well, I'm not interested, this isn't really for me, and that might be kind of where they're at, where they now know that you like them, or they now know what was really on your mind, and maybe they haven't decided to take a risk. Or it could be they haven't decided to take a risk, I don't think, if that is the case. They're definitely not moving, they're not budging. I mean, if it's about taking some sort of leap of faith, it's like they don't want to do that. They don't want to explore, they want to kind of stay in their comfort zone. So at this stage, it might just be they know what they know, but they're not really acting on it. They're not going to do anything about it, but they're happy that they now know. And it looks like maybe the answer that you got, you kind of saw it coming anyway. But with the Three of Swords reverse, it would say that, you know, it's not necessarily all bad news, but it is still the Three of Swords. So I think that maybe you got the bad news, but you kind of don't really, you're not that bothered because you kind of saw it coming. So the motivations for your partner is the Six of Cups in its upright, clarified by the Five of Wands in its upright as well. So your partner is definitely very focused on the fact that you guys maybe have a long history together, you may have children together, you may share some sort of family ties, but there's definitely strong and very happy memories that you guys have. And it could also be just very loving soulmate kind of connection that you have with each other. And your partner does recognize that you guys do have a very good relationship or friendship so far. And this is causing them like a lot of inner conflict. So this is also the position of what you might not know and what they might not say to you. So it looks as if this is the case that they may be quite concerned about the fact that you guys do have quite a positive kind of past, and they maybe want to continue that, and they could be worrying about losing that. You know, they could be worrying that if you were to take the relationship to the next level, it could cause issues. You could lose those memories, and that could be what this kind of Three of Wands energy is about. This not kind of being interested on possibilities or impossibilities. They're not. Right now, you know, this reading is only for the end of December and the beginning of January. So it could very well be that after the first week, say, of January, things do change. But currently, that's how things are. So if you don't get that kiss under the mistletoe, it's because they're thinking, I'm not too sure if I want to be your boyfriend, girlfriend, because that means that I'll no longer be your friend. And then what does that mean? You know, what comes after that? Is it good or bad? They don't know, but they're glad that you told them. And it's a big decision for them. They're being very realistic. They're trying to be very grounded about how they move forward. Okay, so then we've got the Two of Wands in reverse for you, for your intentions. So your intentions is as well is to not really take, not to take any risks. You don't really want to try anything new. It could be that you're very set on this person. There could have been a long time where you've been thinking about this person or planning to develop a relationship with this person or waiting for this person or being friends and dating this person. There's been something that I feel that you have already kind of invested in, maybe time or excitement or even ideas, and just ideas in your mind, just your imagination. You've already maybe got plans in your mind for this person. You may not really want to move anywhere else, because I think you really would like to see how this pans out. But you don't want to kind of try anything new at this stage. I think and I mean, this is only a few days. So yeah, that would make sense. Like right now, you're like, okay, cool. Maybe I'll just enjoy the period, the season, and maybe the second week of January, I'll start looking or kind of try again with something new. So for the intentions of your partner, we've got the Empress card, which is a beautiful card. And then we've got the Ten of Wands in reverse. So your partner's intentions does seem very positive, very abundant, very nurturing. The Empress card and the Wands here does kind of bring about quite a strong sexual energy. And it could be that this person just intends, they do see you as very beautiful. They may want to kind of get closer to you in more of a sensual way, I feel. Because I feel there probably is a lot of sexual tension that may have built. So, there may have been like a long friendship and kind of sexual tension kind of between you guys, with the Ten of Wands being here, with it being such a height, and the Empress card here, which is very much about sensuality. It's like maybe this person here with the Ten of Wands just really would love to just put down all of their wands, kind of release all of that maybe pent up energy, maybe even plans, would like to lay them down. But they could be looking for nurturing from you as well. But what I'm really getting is that this person just wants to get closer to you, but I don't see a commitment at the same time. They just want to enjoy the time, enjoy your company. They will still treat you well though here with the Empress card. I don't think that they will deal with you with any sort of not too nonchalant, and they still, I think, have a lot of respect for you and all of that kind of stuff. Like, you probably are a real friend, but I just don't see them making a commitment with you. I think they just want to enjoy, have fun, be in the moment, and yeah, just enjoy good times, whether they be just drinking with friends or hanging out with friends or full blown, night of passion, So it could be that. So then we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse for your intention. So you're not taking any bull from anyone. You're not really entertaining that. You're not really trying to do that with this person. You're putting your foot down. You're not letting this person in, I don't feel. But you're still, I think you're still wanting to communicate. So there's still like a lot maybe that you guys are still talking and you're still saying to each other. You may want to talk to this person still. You may want to tell this person off maybe for even considering this kind of thing. It's like, this is quite a defensive stance, the Queen of Swords in reverse. So you may be quite ready to have an argument with this person if they don't offer you what you feel you truly deserve. You'll be kind of demanding that respect, I feel. But it could be in a kind of out of balance way. You could be being over defensive. As I said, this person may be wanting to just release their burdens, but at the same time, with the Empress card here, I don't think they have any ill will. They do genuinely want to be, a gentleman to you, or a very kind of caring, nurturing kind of person towards you, if it's a female, or vice versa, gender roles and that. So yeah, they have got positive intentions there. I don't see any Seven of Swords or anything horrible like that. So I wouldn't say there's anything bad, but I think you are quite defensive because you have certain ideas, I feel, of what this should look like, how it should go, and what you want from this person. And this person may be like, okay, can't we just like have fun for now? Can't we just enjoy the moment for now and not get too serious? But you're like, yeah, but what if my emotions get involved? I need to protect that, so there's a bit of defensiveness, I think, for you, and you're going to have a lot of questions for this person, and you're going to still want to talk about this. But I think with the Queen of Swords reversed, you are being asked to even as you are talking about it, don't lead the conversation too much. Do listen, practice good listening skills, or practice all really good communication etiquette, in order to kind of get the conversation to where you want it to go, really. So then we've got the Star card in reverse and the Two of Coins in reverse for the future for your partner. So your partner may very well have had really high hopes for this relationship. Now, one, they may not have been willing, they will not be willing to put in the kind of work that you may be demanding, like you may be demanding, like I said, full on respect, etc., etc. A full commitment really is what I'm really trying to say, not respect, but full commitment, and to be honored and to be made an honorable woman, like a wife or something like that. I mean, the Empress card is like a wife figure. So, if this was to be read slightly more positively, there is a chance that this person does kind of see you as someone they could be long term with. I think that there's a lot of history for you guys. It's a substantial kind of relationship, friendship, and that is kind of taking a bit of a twist. And I think as it does this, things need to kind of find their place. And so yeah. But with the Star card reversed and the Two of Coins in reverse, someone's dropping the ball. Someone, well, this person really, this is their feelings. They just don't have any hope for the future. They're not willing to put the work in if of whatever you're kind of demanding. They don't really want to make that kind of long-term commitment because they have other things that they're doing. And I did kind of see that with the Empress card here, that there is kind of, for me in this reading, that they could be kind of interested in other people or not committed yet. And are quite enjoying the luxuries of women and relationships, or just relationships and men if they're that way inclined, etc. But they're not willing to make that commitment to you just yet. I don't feel they're kind of dropping the ball because they don't see they're not that hopeful for the future right now. Maybe because you haven't really, you know, if you are being more of the Queen of Swords with them, you, especially in reverse, they just don't really feel that warmth from you. They don't feel that encouragement. And you know, even more so, you could have been given them bad news, you know, with this Three of Swords here. You know, you could have come in and said, you could have been the one giving bad news. That's what this Queen of Swords in reverse could be about, and you're just not interested in starting anything new with this person. And you kind of let them know that, and they're just like, okay, wow, well, then there's no more hope then for us in the future. They may have had big dreams, though, in a way. They may have thought that you know, this could be really good, that maybe over time things could have possibly developed, but they don't really, I don't think they really want to put the effort in or make that kind of final commitment. And we do have you here with the Six of Wands in the near future, where, you know, in its upright, where you rightfully kind of move away from the situation because it's obviously causing you it's starting to kind of get to your emotions. It's starting to kind of ruffle your feathers a bit and make you feel maybe uncomfortable, insecure, you know, maybe you might feel a bit ego bruised, or either way, like it's ruffling your emotions and it's not healthy anymore, that it feel for you. And again, I think as a form of kind of self-protection, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna go, because the solution that's really the only solution that maybe you can see to make yourself feel balanced and happy and content. So you're just saying, okay, fine, you know, cool, let's not take this any further. I'm going to go about my business and do my own thing, because I'm not going to go down that road, this kind of thing. We've got the Five of Coins at the base of the deck, and it's upright. So your overall lesson for this month is learning maybe how to be alone, to overcome feelings of inadequacy, to recognize the blessings that are around you. That will be your challenge this month, is to be appreciative of what you have, and to also use your resources wisely. So and also to really kind of acknowledge your resources, acknowledge what's actually around you, because we've got like all these coins in the background here, but they don't seem to be noticing them, although they obviously need that financial assistance. They haven't even got like a coat to wear. But it's but the card definitely shows that there is help available to you, and there's many other kind of good things possibly, you know, in your life, that, and there's hidden treasures possibly as well, is really what I'm getting at. There's things around you that maybe you're not noticing, that are valuable to you and that do really enrich your life. So don't feel and that's don't feel like you don't feel like you're lacking. Kind of recognize that the glass is half full, and that you're not alone. And in fact, it's more so, not only are you not alone, but don't feel sorry for yourself, because there's people out there that are worse off than you. I mean, she may feel like she's being brave here with the red on, but there's people here that are really going through emotional turmoil, have lost limbs, you know, that look to her like, wow, like, you're luckier than me, you know, because you can see him looking at her and she's feeling sorry for herself. So you have to be brave and recognize that people are, oh, he hasn't lost his limb. No stress, guys, no limbs lost, just his foot was up. So yeah, full salam. But yeah, people have it worse off. So I know that who wants to hear that. I know I never want to hear that. I'm like, no, but I'm upset. It doesn't matter. But that's the truth of the matter. So then we've got the Lovers card to also clarify the reading at the base of the deck, with the Fool in reverse. Also got the Ten of Swords in reverse as well underneath that. But the Lovers was in, it's upright. So you may be choosing to love yourself as well, to make a commitment to yourself. You may be ready for a relationship right now, as well. So I think you are being guided here. This all happened like for a reason, especially with these three major arcanas that we've got here. In fact, four major arcanas that we have. So, you know, this is destined. You are being guided. It's just about maybe being a bit patient and waiting for that right person to come. But yeah, you could be dealing with an air sign most definitely, or an earth sign, Taurus possibly, that you're dealing with, or a Virgo, or a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius quite easily. So yeah, that's that part of the reading complete. I think that's my mum coming round. My house is always busy. All right, so I'm going to pull some cards from the Emira Love Oracle deck. Sorry the reading's taking so long. Okay, so this is for Aries. Oh, wow. Aries for the end of the year, beginning of the year. December, transition into January. Okay, so for spiritual advice, we've got passion. The obstacle, we've got union. Okay, then we've got dating as to what brings you together. Your spiritual lesson is children. Their spiritual lesson is work. You see them as a wallflower, and they see you as spiritual growth. So they are learning lots, and we've got family as well. So yeah, okay, so that's interesting, because family could be connecting you here. You could have children together, or maybe one of you wants children and the other one doesn't. And maybe you kind of knew that, or maybe family and children are just really important at the moment. Your partner is learning about work. So there could be a situation where your partner wants to focus more on work, and you maybe want to focus more on having children, or vice versa. That could also be an issue. There could be what the Nine of Coins in reverse is about. You could be saying, I'm really not happy about I feel very single. Like I feel, because like the Nine of Coins is also like a card of being barren as well. Like having everything but still not having a child and things like that. So it could be that you may have come out and told your partner this, or you them you. And maybe your partner doesn't really want to make that commitment just yet. They're not ready to do that. And maybe the Empress card is symbolizing them they do see you as a mother. If that is the case, they do see you as a very, they think you'd be a good mom, and they would be happy with you to be the mother of their children. But they could be giving in to this as well. With the Ten of Wands reversed, but they are very conflicted about this children idea. You see them as not wanting to take a risk, just playing it too safe. And they see this situation, I think, I would even go, as far as to say situation, even more so than just you. But I feel this is really bringing them kind of into a new way of thinking. This is really kind of opening up their eyes to a lot of things, which is causing them to grow spiritually and expanding their consciousness, expanding their perception of the ideas that maybe they had for their life. So they are probably reevaluating things a little bit as well, and seeing maybe where they're lacking in terms of their own spiritual growth. They could also see you as evolving as well. They could see that you're going through this kind of a transitional kind of growing up period where you're ready for that next step in your life. And it looks like you're not going to wait around here. If this person isn't giving you what you want, then you're not interested. This person, I don't think, is ready to make that kind of commitment right now. And money may be quite tight at the moment. And you could be looking for someone that really is able to provide you with that financial security. And that could be why your partner is thinking about work. You know, maybe it's not the case that they want to focus on work and not family. Maybe it's a case of them not feeling like they have enough money to bring in a family. And they need to kind of change their career and things like that. So really changing their kind of vocation and career path, which often is very tied into our spiritual karmic kind of growth and situation. But yeah, Spirit is saying that this is a very passionate relationship, and you are currently dating at the moment, and that's what brings you together, is that you guys maybe you've been dating for a long time, and now there's a lot of passion in the relationship, yes, but now you may be wanting to move it on to the next level with this this person. Just thinking, like, why is Spirit talking about passion? Like, why is that what they want you to think about and focus on? It could be that Spirit is saying that you might need to pay attention to the fact that this person is committed in a passionate way, you know, but it doesn't really think too far into the future, this person is. But, you know, if they are an air sign, they could be a bit flighty. And if they are represented by the Knight of Swords reversed, like, they could be a little bit, you know, scattered in terms of their energy. They don't really focus their energy on one thing for too long. But they do see you as something a bit special, though, with the Empress card there. You know. Okay, so let's pull some more cards for Aries. Just 3 cards. Okay. So we've got mending, regeneration, and yin. Then we've got clean it up. So overall energy is clean it up. So yeah, these cards are both quite kind of similar in terms of, I don't know, kind of remind me of each other for some reason. They kind of need to clean things up. These guys look like they need to maybe, you know, go to a spa, get cleaned up. So yeah, I mean, in terms of mending, I think the card is saying here we clean it up to kind of get rid of any old lingering just to get rid of things that you know are not going to work. I think that, and you're really on that page, in the near future you will be. It's really about kind of clarifying your perception on things and making sure that it is healthy and that it's not unbalanced or biased because of redundant fears that you have because of past experiences or things that people told you or beliefs that just don't serve you in any way. There's also a reindeer as well here for the Christmas period. So I guess it is a case of, you know, Spirit is saying that this is the new year, Christmas is over. It's time to kind of give your life a bit of a shakedown and go after some new goals. So refocus your energy. So yeah, go after new after new goals, after new things. This person may not be the person you need to go after. You maybe do need to try something new This person may just be getting in your way if you do have a real want to have a child or have a family. Yeah, and then we do have regeneration as well. So this would be about a new start, regeneration, trying something new, allowing the mistakes or bad experiences to be transformed into a positive future, you know, if you catch my drift. Using it to, you know, using the experience of the past to build onto rather than to hold you back. So you have to overcome something, I think. Something has to be overcome here. It may have something to do with your childhood as well that needs to be mended. So there could be something in your childhood that's kind of triggering this need, maybe, or want to have children now. And you may need to kind of look at that and mend that. There's something that's lingering, I think, in your psyche with regards to possibly children and family, maybe even to do with money and feeling alone and things like that. Like you might need to kind of let go of and allow it to, you know, just see that maybe as a time, you know, maybe of this difficult time. Just see it as a time of kind of being in a cocoon, being prepared for something greater, and allow it to change and transform you into the person that you really want to be, into your best self, you know. Then we've got the 2 card here, which is the Yin card. It does talk about kind of does talk about motherhood, does talk about femininity. So, you know, you could see it as very much a part of your womanhood. Like I said, with the, you might feel barren, like you might feel, sorry to use that word, guys, sorry, my limited vocabulary. But yeah, you could feel like, you know, you want to kind of become that woman. You know, you might feel like it's part of you being a woman to have a child, to have a family. That could be how you feel because of your past. And you could feel like you're really lacking because you don't have a child yet. But you have to make the right choices here with the Lovers card. You can't be the fool. You know, you can't make bad choices and rush in where fools dare, rush in like a fool where angels dare to tread. It's that kind of thing as well. You have to make choices that are in line with your higher self. Sorry, I'm waiting for a text message. Not gonna come. Okay. Yeah. So it could be that you need to make right choices that are right for yourself and are also in line with your higher self, and don't get clouded or jaded by some sort of past thing that's happening. So I'm going to go ahead, or past thing that happened. I'm going to go ahead and take up even more of your time. It's already 43 minutes in. I'll quickly just do a spread that I've created for you guys. Well, I've created it ages ago, but I only really use this spread in my personal readings. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards here that would just show us the overall kind of compatibility between you and them. I'm going to pull a card for communication, emotional love styles, compatibility, spiritual lesson, how you will feel in the relationship if it were to continue, and what the future actually looks like. So this is for Aries. Oh, we've got a lovely card. We've got 3 cards jumping out. So I'm going to pull them out in a sec. Okay, I'm actually going to just take that because I feel even spirit is saying hurry up. Okay. Okay, we've got the 10 of Swords again. And the 9 of Swords. Okay, base of the deck, just for the overall energy, we have got the Hierophant card. So yeah, I think family is definitely on your mind. Family, status quos, expectations of others. Yeah, marriage, commitments, religion. Those issues are major issues in the relationship. And I think what this is also helping you to do is helping you to clarify your own personal thoughts on religion, relationships, long-term relationships, commitments, and marriage and things like that, family. All of those things, I think, are kind of, those issues are kind of coming up in this relationship, and it's allowing you to really figure out what dreams that you have really are really going to bring you happiness, and what dreams are just things you just kind of kept with you because of, like we said, some sort of past fear experience, whatever. So your communication here, we do have the Wheel of Fortune, which is in the upright. So communication maybe seems to be up and down. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's not, but it's very, very changeable. But it's usually very optimistic, and you guys generally have quite good communication, but you may feel like you're going round and round and kind of talking about the same things and going over the same things. And there's maybe a very established kind of bond as well between you two. This person's definitely an air sign that you're seeing here. It's got very fixed qualities, and it could be that your ideas kind of maybe are a bit polarized, maybe, or maybe it's a case of you're both very stubborn, and you both have strong kind of ideas, and it's quite hard maybe sometimes to marry them, but it's quite fun kind of maybe dancing around these issues and talking, and it's maybe quite a lively conversations that you have, and sometimes things that they say is great, and sometimes things that they say is troubling, and that could be also what's going on here as well, is that usually you guys talk and it's great, and recently you've had a conversation which was great, that the truth or whatever came out, or whatever had come out came out, but it wasn't the best news maybe for one of the people here. So yeah, it could be very up and down, and a lot of stubbornness and strong opinions and viewpoints. So then we've got your love styles. You have got the Hanged Man. So your love style is very evolved, maybe even telepathic. It's very deep. You may not need to even maybe say a lot, even though the communication seems to be quite good. But with the Hanged Man here, it could be like as well, you're not very touchy-feely. There's not a lot of emotions. There's not a lot of, there's more of, like I said, there could be a very strong friendship here. It could be a Pisces as well that's involved here. So it could feel like everything's kind of up in the air when it comes to like your emotions and your affection towards each other. That aspect of the relationship maybe just doesn't really happen, but that doesn't mean that there's not a bond and there's not an understanding between you two, but it's just not very grounded. I think the relationship is very much mental and not very physical. That could be why Spirit is talking about passion. Maybe that is needed, or maybe that's really what's being offered to you here, and that might not be such a bad thing. Maybe kind of with the Spirit actually talking about passion here for you. But yeah, it's not very touchy-feely. Your shared goals is the 8 of Coins in reverse. So your shared goals is not to pursue or to invest in something that isn't gonna be worth it. You're both only interested in working on things that actually bring about the like you're quite decided on what you guys want to do. Like, you know exactly what it is that each of you want. So again, very strong opinions, and you're both not interested in investing in anything that's going to bring about your own personal goals, dreams, or desires. Spiritual lesson is the 10 of Swords in reverse. So you're learning how to maybe not kick a dead horse, to know when something is over and to not be too upset about it, and to maybe use your allow your logic to kind of, and I think you are doing that anyway here with all these air sign cards. Even the Lovers card has come out. I feel that you are being more logical about this situation, and you're learning how to not get too emotionally invested and to kind of figure out things about a person and their expectations before you kind of rush in where fools usually would. Okay, so then we've got the Prince, is it the Prince? Prince of Cups, yeah, or the Knight of Cups usually, in how you will feel. So you feel very, very loved up and very emotional about this person. Even though I've just said with the swords that you're not. I think Spirit is asking you to maybe be more logical, because if you aren't being, because it looks like your emotions, like you're really ready for a new relationship. You're ready to take that risk. I feel like with this person, that's how it would be. They would kind of bring out the romantic in you, and you would fall for this person. Like you would really fall for them. So maybe that's why you're kind of like, okay, I need to make sure this person's on the same page as me, because I know my heart will fully be invested, because you're very ready, I feel, to take that next step, I think, in your love life, in terms of having a relationship that may involve children or a long-term commitment. So the future looks like the Nine of Swords in reverse. It looks like you're not going to be worrying about this too much. There won't be any more thought put into it. There could be a period of being stressed about the outcome of things, but it's going to be very short-lived. I think simply by you hanging out with friends and being around other people will take off a lot of the edge of the situation. But I think as well, this kind of decision that you're waiting on has just been made, or that you guys are dealing with, you're going to stop being stressed out about it. You're not going to take it all on as your own kind of problem. You're going to recognize that maybe it just was an incompatibility. You both wanted different things. And you're just not going to stress out about it anymore. It could have been quite stressful dealing with it, and you're just not going to stress out about it and beat yourself up about it. You're going to just maybe accept that it's over, and or accept that it has no future in the direction you want it to go, and you'll maybe just call it a day. So yeah, that's what I see for you, Aries. I hope that you enjoyed the video and got something out of it. I'm going to go ahead and do the January spread as well, and also the yearly spread at some point over the next few weeks. So I'll see you then. Take good care, and bye-bye.